What's up, YouTube? It's your girl Malika, aka Mali, aka Malibu, whatever you want to call me. You don't know that it is me, and this is Malika's Flex. Guys, let's reason, because the Savannah Chatham County public school system has been rejecting applications left, right, and center. I want to tell you the top 4 reasons for them rejecting these applications. Now, I also have here with me, you guys know how it is already. When I look away from the screen, I just want to make sure that I'm giving you all the information that I can possibly give to you. Now, I have here the original email that was sent from HR with the requirements to apply to Savannah. And I also have here in front of me a piece of paper where I've written down the top 4 reasons that I've seen so far or heard of thus far for them rejecting applications. You guys can decide if these rejections are fair or not in your estimation. All right. So for those of you all who are new to my channel, you do not have a wealth of information as it relates to this school district, Teach Savannah, you can go and check out my video that I did. I did 2 videos on Savannah actually, but my more recent video where I was showing you guys how to apply and some of the requirements, you can check that video out. Savannah is one of those school districts that people want to teach in, not because they're so glorious, right? And I'm not shooting down Savannah, I'm just telling the truth. Not because the workload is light or because the pay is a lot, but because this school district is not only offering the glorious H-1B visa, and I say glorious because the H-1B visa is a dual intent visa unlike the J-1 visa, right? So they're offering the glorious H-1B visa and also a green card. So many people bombard the application for Savannah, right? And with this influx of applications, they have decided to increase their requirements for the 2024-2025 school year. And rightly so, because if you are running a business, you want to have the best employees. And so I can't knock Savannah for increasing their requirements, right? So I want you all to find out the top reasons thus far. I mean, the applications just opened January 2. It is now January 11. And I know of people who applied midnight January 2 and got a response by January 3, right? Some people even the same January 2, they got a response. When you have a chance, because people ask me this all the time, how do I know I have a chance with Savannah? When you apply, usually your application will change to qualified or reviewed or not qualified. Usually when it's at reviewed, I would worry a little bit because sometimes they don't go back to it or whatever. When it is qualified, I would say you're in the green. All right. So if you have reviewed, I would encourage you to email HR and ask them what that is about, just so that you do not get left behind, because perhaps it's just a little thing that you needed to have changed on your application, something that wasn't very clear, and maybe they don't, follow up with you on that because they have so many applications. They don't have time for your little application that wasn't done properly. So I would follow up on HR about that reviewed. Now, I'm not saying that reviewed cannot change to qualified. I'm just saying follow up on your reviewed, especially if your reviewed has been there for a week or more. Okay. So one of the reasons, and I'll be back, going back and forth. So I'm looking at the reasons in front of me, and I'll also be looking back at what they said in their email for the requirements and to see if their reasons for rejecting these applications, if their reasons are valid, if their reasons are substantiated by their initial email, their requirements that they had put out, or if they're just being extra. Because truth be told, if you look at it, they're getting hype. They can pick, choose, and refuse their teachers now. And I'm saying that because I know of individuals who got through in years gone by with these very reasons that people are being rejected in 2024. So Savannah is able to pick, choose, and refuse. They're getting hype, but it's okay. They can be hype because they're offering what is there to be hype about. All right. So the first rejection reason, or reason for being rejected, is not having the 5 years of teaching experience. Guys, we spoke about this in my previous video where I had spoken about the requirements to teach in Savannah. They have here in the email that if you're currently teaching in the US or if you're outside of the US, either way, you must have 5 or more years of teaching experience in your home country, in the area that matches your first teaching diploma or degree. If you do not have the minimum, please wait on applying until you have the minimum years of experience required. So once again, you can think about it. This reason for rejecting people, is it substantiated by that email, according to that email, or according to the requirement that they have put out? Reason number 2 is not having 5 years experience in teaching the subject area that they are applying for. So let's read this again. You must have 5 or more years of teaching experience in your home country in the area that matches, align, is parallel to your first teaching diploma or degree. So that means if your teaching degree says that you are a mathematics teacher and you have been teaching for the last 5 years English language, or let's say that you taught math for 2 years and then you moved on to teach science for another 3 years, they are rejecting the applications based on this. Do you think it's fair? Put it in the comment section down below. Personally, and my opinion doesn't even matter in this situation because I am not HR, personally, I feel like teaching experience is teaching experience, but they are able to pick, choose, and refuse. So they are very particular about how they're going about choosing their teachers. Maybe in their minds, they're saying, okay, you are not up to date with the trends in teaching mathematics or science or whatever area that you are applying to teach. And as I said before, they are allowed to do this. They're choosing the best of the best. They are building their school district, and rightfully so. But if you think that this is unfair, please let me know in the comment section down below. Now, I'm not a Savannah applicant, but I do feel bad for these people who are being rejected based on these reasons. And honestly, initially when I heard these reasons for being rejected, I got upset. I was like, no man, Savannah is very unfair. And they said 5 years teaching experience, but after revisiting the requirements, they did state clearly that it's not just 5 source of experience, but 5 years experience in the area that matches your first teaching degree. That is what they have stated. All right. Now, the third reason for being or for rejecting some applications is that they said that the applicants, or the applicant that I know of that was rejected, did not complete the full 5 years experience on the J1 program. Now, once again, if you are new to this channel and you don't know anything about J1 or H1, on the J1 teaching program, you sign a contract with an agency, so it's like a third party, and you teach for 3 years, and you have the option to continue for another 2 years, making it 5. Now, when I look back on their requirement, let me read what they said about this. They said, if you are currently in the US on a J1 visa, We cannot and do not advise teachers on J1 visas to apply for waivers until their sponsorship requirements are fulfilled. We cannot be responsible for any repercussions that may occur for doing such. If you choose to pursue the waiver and it is granted, you may provide us the documentation, and pending you meet all other requirements, your application may be qualified. However, we cannot guarantee employment as we receive thousands of applications each year. Now, I want to break down this one a little bit, because this person was rejected because they, I don't use, binary terms or whatever, but I'm going to say they for this reason, because I don't want to say whether it's a male or a female in this case. So this person was rejected because they were on a J1 program, and instead of completing 5 years on the program, they completed 3 years. Now, the reason that I want to delve into this point specifically is because Savannah, come on, don't get a hold of yourself now. You guys said that the J1 teacher should wait until their sponsorship requirements are fulfilled. No, we are not slaves to the J1 program. And I say we because if you are not new to my channel, you know I am on a J1 program, right? No, you do not have to do 5 years on the J1 program. It's not required. It is all up to you if you want to extend your time on the J1 program. However, the moment I fulfilled my 3 years, I have fulfilled my time with that J1 sponsor. I do not have to go ahead and complete the other 2 years. That is not law. And it's not breaking a contract either. When you sign the contract with a J1 sponsor, you sign for 3 years, and they state clearly that you may get the opportunity to extend. That means even the opportunity to extend is not guaranteed. So are you telling me, Savannah, that if I am with one of those programs that's not willing, these programs aren't willing to extend my visa for one reason or the other, maybe they just don't want to, right? Maybe nothing that I've done bad or anything like that. You don't know the reason for me doing 3 years, but you're going to look at it and say, I did not fulfill my J1 requirements because I didn't do 5 years. Savannah, come make we reason. Savannah, please. For the J1 teachers who are leaving their programs after 3 years, it is not a sign that they are not committed. It is not a sign that they will not give you the longevity that you want them to give you in your school district. It actually shows that they're seeking something that is more permanent, and they're seeking something, that they can give their commitment to. Because we all know that on the J1 program, you cannot settle. If you want to buy a house, it doesn't make sense. It's not a wise choice. Not to say that you can't buy a house in a J1, but it's not a wise choice to make, because you don't know if after your program, what if USCIS is going to reject your waiver? You don't know. What if your H1B school district happens to be far away from where you bought the house? So many things. And so when teachers are seeking H1B school districts, they're looking for somewhere to actually settle. They're very much committed. If they weren't committed, they wouldn't be staying in the United States, because they've already been here as J1 teachers. They know the situation. And so they already have the option of going back home if they don't like it, or staying. And if they've decided they wanted to stay and they choose your school district to, get an H1B visa with, come on, man, Savannah. Come on, man, Savannah. Come on. Yeah. Waiver, that's not illegal to get your waiver and apply to your school district. Savvy boo. Do better, man. And the final reason why people are being rejected is that people who hold a postgraduate diploma in teaching. So the postgraduate, as far as I understand, is you have a degree, let's say in math, but it's not education, right? Maybe Masters of Arts, Masters of Science, or whatever. And then you know, most times people, they start teaching and they like it, and then they decide to go ahead and get their postgraduate diploma in teaching so that they can have that teaching component. Like in Jamaica, once you have that postgraduate diploma in teaching, you can get paid like any other teacher in the country. They're saying that with a postgraduate diploma in teaching, they're not accepting that at all. Now, if I read the first one once more, they did say that you must hold a minimum of a bachelor's degree in education in a teaching field. So your degree itself must say BEd, Bachelor of Education, and the field must be teaching. Once again, let me know your thoughts in the comment section, guys. Reason with me. Let me know if you think that some of my points are unfair. Let me know if you think my points are reasonable. As a matter of fact, you guys know that whenever I'm ending my videos, I always ask you to hashtag something in the comment section. So if you think my points are valid, hashtag valid or hashtag fair. If you think that they're unreasonable, hashtag unreasonable or hashtag invalid in the comment section, and you can go ahead and expound or not, whatever you want to do. But just let me know where you stand, where my points are concerned. Guys, I don't want you to feel discouraged with the news of rejection. Remember that there is still hope. You can still land a job in an H1B school district. I still have H1B school districts that I'm yet to tell you about. H1B school districts that I'm sure you've never heard about before. H1B school districts that require 0 years of experience. H1B school districts, well, H1B schools that do not require any teaching license until 2 years of being with them. Yes, guys, I'm telling you, you have not heard of some of these school districts before, and I am excited to share them with you. But guess what you have to do in order to hear this information? Subscribe to Malika's Flex. Become a flexer today. Remember, as I've been telling you guys, when you subscribe to Malika's Flex and when you like the video, you are encouraging me to continue to do my research, to give the information to you all so that you all can come to the US under an H1B visa or J1 visa or whatever it is that you guys want to come here to do. Thank you guys for watching. You know, it's your girl Malika, aka Mali, aka Malibu, whatever you want to call me. You don't know that it's me saying bye.